We're going to take a look at our WLE assignment here. So I've just entered in my Sedona notes link, the introduction to inverse functions. Definitely take a look at my notes link because as usual, I show a step-by-step process to help you with what we're doing. And that's going to be the notes that I'll be doing with pre-calculus. So yeah, definitely watch this link right here. What I'm going to do right now is I'll be inserting the how-to right here. So how to inverses with graphs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the link that I've linked here for your practice. And make sure you log in, by the way. Log in to your IXL. And it's going to take you to it. Great. So I'm going to show you how to do this one real quick. So it says that this function, f of x, is invertible. That means the inverse exists. And it's something I talk about in pre-calculus. And should be in the videos that I've linked for you, but here we go. So it says the function f of x is invertible. Find f inverse of -6. So because by definition of an inverse function, the x and y always swap, or the domain and range always switch, usually what you would do is you would start on your x, like you would say, oh, -6, and then you would find your y wherever the graph was, right? But with inverse functions, you're actually starting with your y, because remember, x and y switch. So actually, what I'm looking at is the y, my range, and then I'm finding the x that gives me that y. In this scenario, it's 1. See, because it's like the inverse switches those two. So actually, my answer here is 1. Got it. All right. Now then there's this one. So f inverse of -3. Let me do this again with you. So again, this function is invertible. That means the inverse exists. Great. So as usual, let's say like, oh, f of -3. I know I would go like this, like this. Don't do it though, because like I said, this is an inverse function. So therefore, because x and y are swapped, you start on the y-axis, you find -3, then you find where your graph is and tell me what that x value is. And coincidentally, it's also -3. And that's how you basically do this IXL. This is the idea of what an inverse function is. So again, I'm going to find -8 on my y-axis. I'm going to find where that hits my graph. And the x value that is 10 right here. And then that's how you do that one. I hope that was helpful.